So once we've downloaded our pack of files for the template, the Blogger theme, we need to ensure that we've got something that we're going to install it into. So I'm going to very quickly going to create a new blog. It doesn't matter which type of template I use because we're going to change it in just a few moments. So that is now creating the blog. And there it appears in our Blogger dashboard. So I want to go straight in into the Blogger overview. Now on the left hand side we are now going to go down and click the template button. Now all the time that we've been developing this course and you've been developing your skills, we've always clicked on the customize, the orange button. But what we're going to do now is to click on the button next to it that says edit HTML. So click on that and a pop-up box that will come up saying directly editing HTML may affect the way some features work and is only recommended for advanced users. Editing template HTML may unpredictably affect other Blogger features. We recommend using the template designer first, where you can add CSS under the advanced section. Well, don't worry about that. It's just a fancy way of saying if you start tinkering around with HTML code, then it might start looking funny. Okay, if you follow these steps as I'm showing you, then you will have no problem at all. So I want you to then click on this button that says proceed, because this is going to open up the HTML version of our website. And so you see all of a sudden this code comes up. This is the HTML code. This is what your website looks like underneath the bonnet. So there's the version that people see in the open internet, that they can see your website. There's the version that we've been looking at with your template designer and layout, but this is the actual code that makes up the actual bricks and mortar of your website, as it were. So whilst that's there, I'm just going to minimize that screen for the time being and go back to our file where we have downloaded. Now with the particular version that we have downloaded, I know that I want the wide version. So I'm going to right click and open with Notepad. Because if you try to open it with anything else, it'll, because it's code, it wants to actually write instructions. So that, now I'll have to admit that looks scary, and the first time I saw that, you know, I freaked out a little bit. But we don't need to worry about it. All we need to know is that it does work when you do the right things. We're not gonna do anything with it. We're just gonna copy and paste it. So what I've done there is just select all of it, and I'm going to right click and then select copy. Very simple instructions. There's no need to freak out with this. We're now going to head back to our Blogger theme, and here we have the previous template HTML code. So I'm going to hit Control A, which selects all of the content there, and simply delete it. So it's all gone. Okay, what I'm going to do now is to hit Control V, and that now pastes in all of the code from that Kazaa theme. So I want to ensure that this has been installed correctly, so I can just quickly press this preview button to see if it has gone in okay. And there I can see it has, it's worked. If it didn't, it would come up with a load of code and say something hasn't been done correctly. So I can go back to this, and I'm happy that I can now save the template. Now it will come up with a warning sign because Blogger likes to keep it to its original templates, but we don't need to worry about it too much. We're just going to delete widgets. Now I would highly recommend you practicing this on a dummy blog before you actually try it on anything you have spent a great deal of time creating. So whilst that saves, we're just going to move on to the next stage, which is a quick view. Just click close to make sure that it is now fully formed, going live. And it is, and we're happy with that, so that's good. So the last stage we're going to do just before we move on to updating that blog is just to very quickly turn off the mobile version, because it's not going to look anything like the desktop version. And then that's all we do before we move on to the next video.